We're just going to talk real quick about what we're going to do for the next 8 weeks. So weeks 1 and 4, we're going to work on some design basics. Okay. So we're going to learn a little bit about what graphic design is and how it's used. We're going to learn about typography, which is a big word for fonts and letters. We're going to learn about color, and then what we call layout and hierarchy in design, which is how you actually design something and where you put everything on the page so it makes sense. And then weeks 5 through 8, we are going to design a mock business. So that means that you are going to get to design your own business. So you're going to get to choose what kind of business you want to have, whether you're going to sell stuff or offer some type of services. And then I'm going to teach you how to create your own logo, some of your own branding, and then you're going to make your own little website. Okay. So you're going to have an assignment every week. So when you leave here tonight, you'll have something that you're going to have to complete at home. It won't take you long, probably only take you about 30 minutes. Okay. It's really easy. And most people tell me it's fun. It's the most fun they've ever had. So I'm sure you're going to like it. So those you have to turn back into me by next Monday so that I can see them before our class next Tuesday. Okay. And I'll show you how to do that while we're in class today. So it will all make sense. All your assignments are done in Canva, so everybody has access to Canva. We'll talk about that again here in a minute. You'll email them to me from Canva. In order to complete the course and to get your certificate, you do have to complete every assignment every week. So there's going to be 7 of them you have to do, and that you have to turn them in. Okay. So here's a little bit about what we're going to do. Some rules we have. Well, the first one is to respect each other's work. Every week when we come in, I'll share what you made with everybody in the class and we'll talk about it. So everybody designs differently. It depends on your age, and we have a wide range of ages in here. So somebody who's 9 isn't going to design like somebody who's 17, and that's okay because you're not supposed to, and I understand that. So as we're sharing, just make sure that you understand that you're going to always respect each other's work, and we're not going to make fun of each other. In this class, no question's a dumb question. Don't be afraid to ask. You can use the chat room. You can come off of mute if you're on mute. Anytime you have a question, ask me anything you want. I'm still learning all the time, and I'm 51 years old. So everybody learns all the time. That's okay. That's how we grow. So design changes all the time. So I always tell people, if you aren't learning something new, you aren't growing. So don't be afraid. If when we're off the call and you're working on your homework, you totally forget how to do something, or you get confused, or you can't remember, I'll give you my email. You can feel free, you or your parent can email me at any time, and I will answer you back right away and let you know what you need to do. Okay. So a little bit about me. This is me. I own my own small business that's called Design by Kelly, because my name is Kelly. If I didn't say that, y'all are welcome to call me that. I work with small businesses, nonprofits, churches, entrepreneurs, all sorts of people like that, people who have businesses, people who are starting businesses. I do all sorts of things. I do website design. I do graphic design, which is the thing we're going to be talking about for the next 8 weeks. We do what's called branding. We help people build a brand, and that's things like their logo and their mission statements and their vision statements and all those great things that you have to start a business. We also manage social media accounts. That's things like Facebook, Instagram, all that kind of stuff. And we also do branded photo shoots here locally. I live in Houston, Texas, just so you guys know where I am. And it's really hot here. I don't know what it's like in Missouri, but whew. So if you ever want to know more about me, you're welcome to visit my website, and you can learn all sorts of stuff about what I do. It's at designbykelly.org. Attendance, we already did that. I wrote down everybody that's here, so we are good to go. So we're going to start week 1, graphic design basics. So we're going to talk a little bit about what graphic design is, what that word means. We're going to talk about why it matters and why people use it. Then we're going to go into Canva, and I'm going to show you guys how to use the basics of Canva. I'm going to show you some of its tools. And the easiest way to really learn Canva is to just spend time in it, push all the buttons, and play with it. It's kind of like playing a game. It has all sorts of cool buttons, so you can push them and figure out what they do. But I'm going to show you some basics, enough that you can get started on your homework for this week anyway. And then we're going to talk about using Canva for graphic design. So what is graphic design? Anybody want to guess? Heard that big word? Want to give it a try? What do you think graphic design is? You can put it in the chat room. You can come off mute, whatever you want to do.
You could go. Excuse me, Kelly. You want to try it, Jermaine?
Anybody want to give it a try? What do you think it is? Nobody's that brave yet? That's okay. You don't have to.
When you design that you want to sell.
Okay, that's right. Sometimes we make designs that we sell. So graphic design is everywhere you look. It's all around you, okay? It's on your computer. It's in commercials. It's on social media paid ads. It's on your pizza box, okay? That Pizza Hut box that has that stuff all over it, and they put their logo on there and they draw a whole bunch of shapes and they put funny comments on it. All of that is graphic design. What's on your t-shirt right now? That is a graphic design, okay? Somebody actually made that and sold it to you. So it's everywhere. It's on your shirts, it's on your pizza boxes, it's in your restaurants. If you go to church, you'll see it even at church. They have graphic design all over the place. So all graphic design is using what we call visual elements, typography, which again is nothing more than font. It's like this text you see on the screen. That's what typography means. Color, of course, we have all the colors, right? And layout, the way things are laid out on a page. So it's about using all these visual things together in a way that tells a message about what you're trying to do. So visual elements in graphic design are things like images, like these children. It can be these are called icons. They're usually like an outline of something. These, and then visual and the images are also photographs, those type of things. All these are visual. Typography, again, is print, text, font, whatever you want to call it. You'll hear all those words, all the same thing. Okay, so when you're reading in a book at school, that's called typography, believe it or not. The way it's written, the different type of colors they use, the different types of fonts they use. All of these are what we call typography. And then we have color and layout. And of course, you have all the colors in the rainbow. Anybody ever seen the color wheel before? Pretty common. You probably learned it at school. All these different colors. And we're going to learn about colors and that all colors mean something different visually. When you see them, they have a connection with you. So we're going to learn what those are. And layout, of course, is how you lay things out on a page. So this is a newspaper. You can see it's laid out in columns with images added in. There's some big text, there's some medium text, there's some small text, and all those things matter in design. So the American Institute of Graphic Arts calls graphic design the art and practice of planning and projecting ideas and experiences with visual and textual content. And that's a lot of really big words. Hold on, somebody else is coming in the room. All right. So I make it a little easier. This is what I call graphic design. Graphic design is a visual experience that is creatively presented and strategically planned. So it's creating something with all those visual things we just talked about, visual elements, the fonts, and the colors. And it's doing it in a creative way and a planned out way so that it has a purpose when people are reading it. Okay. So why does graphic design matter? Because pictures are more impactful. So when people hear something spoken, they are most likely able to remember 10% of that information 3 days later. However, if you put that same thing with a visual graphic, people can actually remember that 65% of the information 3 days later. That's a big difference. So pictures help us remember things, and that's why graphic design is important. A picture is worth 1,000 words. It's an old saying you've probably heard, and it's true. All right, so that is just the basics of what graphic design is, what we're going to be learning about, how we use it. And now I'm going to talk to you about Canva. So real quick, was everybody able to get into the Canva account? This is the email and this is the password. So let's see. Anybody not able to get in there? No, yes.
We're not in.
You're not in?
No.
What is it, GFC?
All right, you just go to canva.com and log in using this email and this password, and you should be able to get into the class Canva account. So if you want to do that real quick, you can. I am going to keep sharing my screen. So if you're on a computer, you might have to split your screen to see both at the same time. Or if you want to wait, you can just watch my screen and then try Canva here in a little bit. So I am going to go out of here and go into Canva.
Here
I
I go.
use- Uh-huh.
Are we on mute?
Oh. All right. So everybody ready for me to talk about Canva, or do you need me to wait a little longer? How are we doing? We good? Yeah, okay, nobody's saying anything, so I'm gonna assume we're good. All right, remember, if you need something, you can stop me, you can put it in the chat room, or you can come off mute and just ask me. Let me open my chat back up. I seem to have lost it here somewhere. DeCarlos is trying to log in. Do y'all need me to put the login in chat? Would that help you? I can do that real quick. Let me find my screen. Here we go. I'll put this in the chat, so if anybody needs it, they can copy and paste it. So before I get into Canva, can you all tell me, has anyone here ever used it before, or is this the very first time?
My very first time.
First time, okay. Has anyone here ever used Canva before at all?
No, ma'am.
No? All right. Well, that helps me know what we need to chat about. Okay. So I am in my Canva account. It probably looks a little different than the one you're in because you're in the school one. I mean, they're the same thing, but you're seeing the documents that I work on with my clients in here. When you're in Canva, this is the first screen you'll see. This is kind of like your home page, okay? Right here, you'll see any designs, the most recent ones that you have made, you can see here. And then here we go. They're all right here. Canva's actually getting ready to make a big update that's coming out in August, which I'm excited about. I've already seen the beta version of it. It's really cool. Canva's funny because once you learn how to use it, they go in every year and change everything and make you relearn how to use stuff. So a big change is coming this time, but it's a good one. So you have over here on the left, we'll just start over here. So over here, this is you. This should be GFC We Care Connection is probably what it says right here. This is your home button. So anytime you want to come back to the home screen, you just click right here. We're not going to worry about any of this stuff today because you don't need to know any of that, but that's the basic thing you need to know on the left. If you go across the top, they have all sorts of things you can create in here. You can choose by subject. They have the different types of Canva accounts they offer, and you guys don't have to worry about that because that's all taken care of. You don't need to know plans and pricing, but if you go to the Learn button, they have a whole help center. They have a design school in here. They are step-by-step directions how to build different types of designs. So if you want to play in here in your spare time, you can find all sorts of cool stuff you can do in Canva. When we get over here, this just tells you that it's your account. So it should say We Care Connection probably over here. Maybe it has the logo. Then we have this blue screen. And this is kind of everything you can create in Canva. So Canva starts with what's called templates. They have a lot of pre-made templates that you can edit, or you can open a white screen and start from scratch and add everything yourself and make your own templates. So it works both ways in Canva. You can come in here and search. If you're one, you can search for a project, or you can search for a template. So if you were making a flyer, you could say summer camp flyer, and it would give you all these ideas of different summer camp flyers that you can open up and edit and make your own. Or you could start from scratch. Custom size. This is a great button to know sometimes. So if you're making you can see I made a banner for a client earlier. So that's a really huge size and it's not typical. So I can come in here and tell it I want it to be 60 inches by 24 inches. And then it opens me a document in that size so I can start designing. So if you wanted to do a custom, you could come here. Then we have all these options here. You can do documents. They have what's called a whiteboard, which is just what you would think. It's like a big board like you would have at class on your wall, and you can add all sorts of stuff to the boards. Presentations, the thing you were looking at earlier that I had all the stuff written out on, that's called a presentation. You can make those. Social media, you can come in here, you can make Instagram posts, Facebook posts, Instagram stories, anything to do with social media is right here. You can make videos in Canva. We won't get into that in this class, but there's a lot of advanced video and video editing you can do in Canva. It's really cool. Print products, you can actually order print products through Canva. T-shirts, cards, business cards, anything you can imagine. But you can design them in here, paper bags, postcards. You can see you can make websites in here, and that is something we're going to do, but we're not going to get to that for 4 or 5 weeks. And then there's a more button, and as you can imagine, they have all sorts of stuff. So, and that's just kind of what all this is. Let me go back here to my home page. Then if I scroll down, I see all my recent designs. So if I wanted to work on one of these, I would just click on it and then I could begin working on it. All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to open a flyer. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to type the word flyer. And it's going to open up. The first thing it does is it opens up projects. So these are flyers I've designed, but I want to go right here where it says templates. And this is where Canva gives me all these different types of ready-made templates that they've already made. And I can go through and see if there's one that I like. And then I can click on it and open it, and then I can edit it. And I can change the colors, I can change the fonts, I can change the images, I can delete things I don't like, and I can add in new things that aren't here that I might want to add. And that's the nice thing about Canva, especially if you're not a professional designer like me. You can come in here and it gives you some inspiration, and it already helps you with the layout and how things should look and be laid out in a project. So let's say I wanted to create a summer camp flyer. I could come back up here and be more specific, and I could type in summer camp flyer. And then, as you can see, I could start with a blank one. That means I would just have a white screen, or I could click on these ready-made ones and edit them for what I need. I'm going to hit the blank one because I want to show you some things you can do. So once you start a project, it opens up a new tab. So your home tab is still over here, okay? It's going to always give you a new one. And so when we come in here, this is what it looks like anytime you're going to work on an individual project. So this is our main work area. This white square is the piece of paper you're designing on. Think of it as a piece of paper. You have to stay within these white lines, okay, to make your flyer. Over here is all the tools Canva gives you to help you design. So under the word design, you have templates. These are the things we were just looking at on the other side. They're also here. So now if I wanted to choose a template, I could do so, and I could click on it and it will automatically put it on this white sheet of paper for me. And now I can come in here and click on every element in here and change it however I want or delete it. So let me go back. Those are templates. Then we have this button called elements. Now elements are all sorts of stuff. I am going to delete all this and go back to a white screen so I can show you how this works. So elements are pretty much anything you can imagine. So if I am making a summer camp flyer and I want to put a sunshine in it, I could type sun. And it is going to bring me up graphics that are sun, photos that are sun, videos related to sun, frames. Frames are things you can drag in here and add images inside of them, like photos. And then it gives me audio files. So if I was doing a video, I might want some audio files. So right now it's just showing me a preview in each area. So if I wanted to see all the graphics, I would come over here and click see all. And now it's going to open up a whole world of sunshine. I mean, there are more things you can imagine to choose from here. If I see one I like, all I have to do is click on it and it shows up on my piece of paper. So now you can move it wherever you want. these handles in the corner, resize, bigger, smaller. You put it wherever you want. Okay, maybe I want to put a whole backdrop of sunshines in here. And now I just come in here and drag it. And now I have sunshine in the background. So that's elements. You can come across here now. Those are graphics. You can get into photos. Same thing. You can click on it. Now it shows up on your page. You can drag. If you use the lines on the side, it makes it smaller, so it doesn't change the whole image. So if you grab the sides, you resize the image. If you grab these, you cut out part of the image. So that's the difference. So the options are you click on it and it comes on the screen, or if you drag it and drop it on the screen, it's automatically going to fill the entire page. Just like that. Now it can't be moved. It fills your whole page. So those are the two ways you can do that. We won't get into videos, but we have shapes here. And it says, sorry, can't find any shapes that look like sun. That just means they don't have any. Audio, frames. So frames you can pull over. And what these are is you can drag a picture into these. So we would come over here to the left and look for photos. And let's say I wanted to put this in there. I would just drag it over here and now it drags within the frame. So you can put anything you want within a frame. That's what a frame is. All right. Is everybody still with me? Doing
Yes.
all right. If I go too fast, slow me down. Like I said earlier, the best way to use Canva, you guys, is to get in here and just play with it when we're done and just play with all the buttons and see what you can do. So that was design and elements. Then we get into text. So this is how you would put text on your screen. So they have some pre-built text. Again, these are like templates. So if I liked this one, I could click on it and it would come over to my screen. I double click on it and now I can come in here and change this text. So I can put my name in here if I so choose. And we have text. The other option is you can come up here and we have what's called a heading and a subheading. We'll get more into this when we get into typography and start talking about alignment and all those great things. Heading is usually like a main title. So if you click on that, it comes over here and says heading, and then you would put my heading here. Again, with everything else, you can size it, move it around. This is subheading, so this usually goes underneath your heading, a little smaller font. So now let's talk a little bit about how you change these. So you click on it, and now you come up here. And this is kind of like if you were in Microsoft Word, if any of you ever worked in Microsoft Word or anything like that, you have all these options. So this is the type of font that this is. This is called Montserrat Classic. That's this font. If I wanted to change it, I would click on this arrow, and now I have thousands of options over here. And if you just click on it, it's going to change it on the screen. You can see it changes it here as I click it here. You can come search and be a little more specific. So let's say I want a chunky font. I can literally type in the word, no, can't, didn't work. Chunk, now it gives me one called Chunk 5. So you can be more specific and look for certain kinds of fonts. You can say calligraphy, you can say script, you can say fun. I don't know, you can play with it, find all sorts of stuff over here. That's how you change the font. This is the font size. So just like you can go like this, see when I do this, it increased the font size to 86.4. You can see how it changes. But if you want, you can come in here and you can choose your font size here, or you can hit the plus or the minus button, or you can come down here and choose a larger font or a smaller font. This is your font color. So if I click here, I have all these color choices and I can change this. So let's say I want to make it orange. Then I just go here and now my text is orange. This little plus button here means you can add a new color. And one of the coolest things you can do in here is you can color match. So this little thing is called an eyedropper, and you hit the plus button, you get an eyedropper. So if you take the eyedropper and bring it over, any color that's on your screen, you can color match. So let's say I want it to be blue. I click it and now it changes this to the same color as this. That comes in really handy when you're making a big design and you're trying to use the similar colors in a design. It's called the eyedropper tool. But in the meantime, you can play with this. You can come in here and you can change this. And as you change it, you see how the colors change over here, right here. So you can change colors. And then we get into bold. This particular font that I've chosen called Chunk 5 doesn't have the option for bold, so it's faded out. If I chose a different font, let's see, let's go back to this one. This one has the option for bold, so I could click on it and now it makes it bold. This is called italics, so it can make your font have a little slant to it. This is the underline button. You want to underline your text. This is called strike through. It crosses your text out. This is something we use as designers sometimes if we're showing a proof to a client and we're like, we're going to delete this line, and you cross it out so they can see that. This will make everything uppercase or lowercase. This is your alignment. So everything, it goes to the left. If I click this one, this is, I forget what that's called. I should know what that's called, but it's not coming to me. It makes everything take up the whole space and be centered. This one takes everything and moves it. Let me open this up a little bit more and then you can actually see it. There you go. Now it took it all to the right. This one takes it to the center. This one takes everything over to the left. And when we get into alignment, that'll be important because when you're creating something, everything should either be left aligned, right aligned, or center aligned in your document. It should never be one thing's left, one thing's right, one thing's center. Everything should be consistent when you design. This little button puts dots by things. You ever seen a bullet by something like a list of items in a document? That's what this is. Or you can put numbers by them. This one makes your letters go further apart or closer together. And this is your line spacing. So if I had 2 lines of text here, and I will come up here and hit this button, it can make them closer or further apart. There's the effects button. This is something you guys can play with even in your homework this week. You can come in here, you can get what's called lift. It kind of lifts it off the screen. This is really nice if I had an image behind here. So let's say I come over here to photos and I'm going to pull in this map. Now I come back to effects, and if I turn off the lift, you see how it can be hard to read. It kind of gets lost in there. You can give what's called a lift and it pulls it off, and you can make it a stronger lift or a lighter lift. You can hollow out your text. You can splice it. You can outline it. You can play with all this stuff. It's kind of fun. They have a glitch. They have a neon. And then if you change the color, it changes how your neon looks. So all sorts of things in here you can play with. You can curve text. So if you hit the curve button, now you can see it made my text in a circle. But if I come down here, I can straighten it out and make it as curved as I want. More curved, less curved, whatever I want to do. Animate. This kind of makes your text move around. So if you were creating a video, this comes in handy. You can make things fade, move, pan. This is the position button. So if you want to line things up in your page, you can make them at the top, you can put them at the bottom, you can put it directly in the middle, all the way to the left, center, right. This moves items forward and backward. So if I hit backward, you can see it's going to start disappearing. And if I hit forward, it comes back. All right, this is the transparency button. So this makes my whatever I'm clicked on, it can be an image, text, anything, to make it more transparent. This is called a style button. So if I am on this text and I want this text to look just like this one, I will just hit the style button and then click here, and now it makes them the same. That'll make them the same exact font size, the same color, everything will be exactly the same. This comes in handy when you're designing a lot of things. So that's the basics of all of this. I'm going to show you just a few more things, and we'll get into more of this stuff as class goes on. I just want you to know some basic stuff so you can do your homework. Uploads. You can upload your own image or video or audio files. You can see we upload stuff from our clients here all the time. And then you can put your own stuff into your documents. So that's what that button is. There's a draw button, so you can actually come in here with a pen and draw, doodle. You can change the color, you can change the thickness. There's an eraser. Some cool features you can do in here is if you're drawing a shape, if you hold it, it will actually correct it for you. I say that, but it's not doing it. It's supposed to correct it and make it the right size. There it goes. So now it made it a better square for me. We'll get more into apps in the future. Here's the photo button. So again, just like Elements, you can look for anything you want. So if you were doing summer camp, you could type in summer camp. And you could say, oh, I like this picture. We're going to use this one. And then you can come over here and add that to your background. And then you could change all your fonts. Audio, video. Yeah. We'll get more into all this later. But if you're in here and you want to play with any of that, you can. But that's just the basics of the basic tools. How you create a document, how you can play with things, move them around. And so this week, I just have a fun assignment for you because I want you to learn how to use all these little tools and play in Canva a little bit. Does anybody have any questions for me before I get into your homework? No? We're all good? Okay. The share button is how you save things. Okay. So when you are totally done with your thing here, this little thing up here is how you would name it. So it's how it would save. So you could call it whatever it is. Then you come to the share button, and there's a million ways you can share in Canva. You're going to want to download because you're going to send your assignment to me. So you would hit the download button. And then you have options for how to save it. It tells me my design is empty, so it's not allowing me to do it. So let me just drag something in here. So share, download. So I can share as a PNG or a JPEG or a PDF. For me, when you send me assignments, you can either send them as a PNG or a PDF standard. Either one's fine. And then you would hit download. And it is automatically going to download whatever is here in my download folder. And it's telling me it didn't work because I don't have enough stuff on there, but you'll have enough stuff on there. And then you're going to email it to me, and I'll explain more of that to you in a minute. And I'm sorry, I'm going to stand up for 1 second because my cat is tearing down my door. I'm gonna let him out. There we go. Okay. So let's get into what you're going to do this week. So let me go back here. You're just going to create a fun 8.5 by 11, which is like the size of a sheet of paper. And it's called an About Me. Okay. Here's one I made. So this was a few years ago. I don't really even look like this anymore, but there's a character thing in here I'll show you where you can make your own caricature that kind of looks like you, and you can pick your hair color and your clothes and all that fun stuff. So you're going to make a caricature, yeah, I can't say that word, but that's what you're going to do of you. And then you're going to pull in some elements of things you like. So this is all about you. So I love pizza and sushi, and I'm artistic, and I love animals. I have dogs and I have cats. I'm musical. I sing, I play piano, French horn, several other instruments. So I have music in here. I love to read my Bible, so I have my Bible in here. I play piano, so I have piano in here. I have a business. I brought my logo in. So you're going to make a little character of yourself. You're going to bring in, I don't know, 5 or 10 images of things that you like to do. And then we're going to do what's called a word cloud. So you bring in some text and you write different things about you. These are words that would describe you. So I'm a pianist, I'm creative, I like arts and crafts. I like cooking. My favorite color is red. I teach preschool music. I'm a homeschool mom. I have 4 kids. I'm a small business owner. I like to teach, So this just gives you an idea of what you're going to create. You can make it any colors you want. You can use any fonts you want, any images you want, any background. It's literally anything you want. Okay. So let me go back in Canva and show you how you do it. So you're going to start, remember, on the home screen right here, it's going to say home. And then you're going to type in flyer because we're making 1 page. You'll be up here under templates. and create a blank flyer. This is what you want right here. You're going to come in here, and I am recording this, so I will email this recording to you guys if you need to watch it again as well. So now you have your blank flyer, and you're going to do all about me. Sometimes you can come up here to the templates. I don't know. Let's see what they have in here. Looks like they have a few things in here. Some people like to start with a template and edit it. Some people like to start with a blank screen. So I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to design one really quick for you. I am just going to make this background right here. See this full square? It says background color. I'm going to come in here and choose blue for my background. Okay, so now I have a background. You have to go to the app button to create your character. See where it says apps? So you click on apps and you're going to come up here and type character. And you get this little thing called a character builder. And you click on it and it's going to open this app. And now I get to come in here and choose my head shape first of all. So there's only so many options. So you just kind of go through and see if you can find one that looks pretty similar to you. So let's see. I'm going to pick this one. And then I come in here and it says face. So this will change the shape of the face. So you can come in here and you can be this one or this one or this one. You could be sad, you could be angry. I'm going to be happy because I like to be happy. Okay. And then I get to choose whatever body I want. So if I want to wear a dress, I could do that. If I want to be running, I could do that. And then you can come in here and change your skin tone. So you choose what works for you. That's probably more me. I'm like the palest thing ever. And then you can choose your hair color. I have dark brown hair. So let's see, I can come in here and choose one of those or just choose one of these on the screen. They don't seem to have it, but anyway, that's how you create your character. Okay. When you're done, you have to hit the done button. So make sure you choose everything you want, then you click done. Then you can resize this character and put it wherever you want on the page. Then it's really easy. You're just going to go to elements. And you're going to type in things you like. So I'm going to type pizza. And I'm going to come in here and choose something that I think is fun. So I have this, and then you can put them anywhere you want on your screen. This little arrow here makes things tilt, so you can give them an angle. I love coffee, so let's see. I'm going to come in and type coffee, and I'm going to find something I like here. And maybe I want to have a little fun and put it on my hand. I can do that right there. So you would just keep going like this until you find everything you like that describes you. And then to put the word cloud in, you go to the text button, just like we talked about. And you choose this and start by putting your name in the middle so I know who you are. So here's my name. I'm going to put it in the middle. You'll find Canva has guides. Do you see the lines that are showing up? This lets me know that I'm centered. So this is the center of the paper here, and this is the center this way. And then it helps guide me and tell me where to put things. So I'm going to change this to a different color because I can. So let's go with red. Now you could come back over here and push this button again, but I'll give you a shortcut. You see when I click on this, it brings up some options. This one's called duplicate. I can duplicate this and make another one just like it. And then I can add whatever I want. So let's say I want to do music and I want to change the color and make this one yellow. There you go. And I'm going to hit the duplicate button again and do the same thing, write a different word. I can change the sizes. You guys get the point. So you are going to create an all about me with some images, a character, some words. You get to decide how you want to lay it out. You get to decide the colors, all those great things. You could put an image in the background. You can do anything you want. There's no right or wrong. This is just your design that's going to teach you how to play and have some fun in Canva. When you're done, you'll put your name up here. You'll hit the share button. download, PDF, download. And then it's going to download it in your download folder on your computer. Okay. You might need your parents' help to find that, but it's usually right over here. It says downloads, and here is my document right here. So once you have that, you're going to email it to me. Okay. Let me come back here. My email is right here. I'm going to put it in the chat room. So if you guys need to write it down, copy and paste it. If you want to take a snapshot of this screen, whatever you want to do to help you remember, you just put in that email and attach that PDF and send it to me so that I can view it. And remember, I need those by next Monday so that I can take a look at those before class on Tuesday. So does anybody have any questions for me at all? Anything I need to show you in Canva? Anything you want to see again? Anything you don't understand? This is your time. You can put it in the chat. You can talk to me. Anybody? I see a no. Alex, Zach, Amir, any of you guys have questions? No? DeCarlos, do you have any questions? Can you get the, yes. If you would like the video, yeah, I have all your emails, I'm pretty sure. I will get it together and email it out tomorrow. I'll make a note to do that. Send video. Anybody else have a question for me? How do you make your avatar? Okay. So that was under characters. Remember, you're just going to go over here in your document and hit the apps button. And then character, you'll type in character, and it's this one called Character Builder. You just click on it, and then you do all those steps. And then up here, you hit the done button when you're done. Did that help you? Yes. All right. What is your name, by the way? I didn't catch you at the beginning. I know it says LaDon Johnson, but that's probably not you. Zach. All right, Zach. Thank you. All right. Anybody else have questions for me? No? Miss Jennifer, you have anything you want to add?
No.
No? Okay. All right. Well, that is it for tonight. If you guys need anything, send me an email. I'll share the video with you tomorrow. And then we will keep going from there, okay?
Great job, Kelly. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for designing with me.